My name, Emperor Scotty Z, and I'm an English teacher in South Korea. One that is good and sometimes a weep. I was even a bit of a nerd. Computers, music production, politics. I knew it all. It seemed like there couldn't be a bigger tool on the planet than me. But despite this, good things kept happening. Not soon after, I voted for Trump. And yet, the horror, it never came. It just seems like I am destined to be right. Okay, I'm about to play some games. I just worked today. I finished working my job teaching, and I'm gonna relax by playing some video games. I'm gonna play Valorant. Valorant is a very popular game in Korea, and actually when I go to PC Bong, I see people play Valorant and League of Legends a lot, which actually are my two favorite games. So I'm gonna be playing that. I'm just waiting for the update. Apparently there's a really big update and possibly a new character to unlock. While I'm waiting for that, I guess I can talk a bit about some things that have been going down in Korea. So what's going on in Korea seems pretty interesting. At least the media portrays it to be that way. Very strong, high energy, a very big political divide. And honestly, there even seems to be people that are supporting Yoon, adopting some of Trump's Stop the Steal slogans, which is very interesting. And because I'm not really so sure that Trump would actually appreciate that, and it's not so much that I'm particularly on either side of this, because Korean politics are so complicated, and it's, even for me, it's quite a complex thing. And I know American politics very well. In fact, I was a Trump supporter since, 2016. So I've been on his side for a long time and on his journey. And I really think it's very ironic that this whole attempt at, or this whole Yoon's wanting to be very anti-North Korea. Of course, in South Korea, that's, no one's head over heels for North Korea. But Trump, he's very anti-war, and he's not a warmonger. So the fact that Yoon, let situations escalate to that point in which he declared martial law, and there's this high escalation of things, using the excuses the North, I think it's something that Trump wouldn't want. Well, a lot of people say the CIA is pretty much running most governments these days, and which pretty much puts Korea in a neo-occupied country, occupied by the CIA/USA. So, really, the previous president and the current president seem to be, for lack of a better word, installed presidents. Now, I'm not saying that they were literally stalled or something was rigged. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that, the administrations outside of Trump that ran the USA, like the Biden administration, Obama administration, it seems like they supported both candidates, Yoon and the previous president of South Korea. And the fact that there's so much tension and political divide in South Korea right now is very ironic, considering both these candidates were pretty much supported by the Democratic Party in previous administrations, excluding the whole Trump factor. When you throw Trump into this, then it's just his stance. If you exclude the whole thing that's been happening this month about him wanting to add Canada and Mexico as part of the US, that could just be him playing 3D chess and just, doing the whole Trump thing. But, during his term, the whole time during his campaign, he's very anti-war outside from the Middle East, because Middle East, long reputation of being in constant conflict with the US. So I really don't think Yoon supporters using Trump's slogans, things like that, is going to really rub the right way, given the tenor, the recent tenor that has happened under the Yoon administration. Oh, so the game's done loading, so I'm going to get started playing Valorant. But back on that subject really quick, I think, given what young U.S. Representative Young Kim was saying, it's pretty interesting because she seems to think impeaching Yoon was a bad idea. But that just furthers my point. And with the whole previous administration supporting both of the previous South Korean candidates, and, Young Kim is a Republican representative, but she's been in Congress for quite a while. So, they generally pretty much go the same way. Hence the Uniparty. Not saying she's a part of the Uniparty, but even still, as a moderate, and Republicans tend to favor when it comes to pretty much favor the same thing when it comes to foreign relations. Outside of the really hardcore dedicated Trump supporters, like Marjorie Taylor Greene. So, it really does seem like it's just like a very ironic thing that these previous presidents are really going at each other in South Korea. And adding to that with the now with the new appointed U.S. ambassador that just got appointed with only 15 days left of Biden's term, I guess he's supposed to come in and clean all this up. So we'll see what happens. I like Valorant music, it's so good.
게임을 찾았습니다.
네가 계약을 수락하면 죽음은 절대 피할 수 없다던데. 뭐 어쨌든
천천히 해보자.
우리가 친구라.
무리여 솟아라.
시작.
오, 킬. 시작기. 와라. 빨리 와.
파도가 친다. 무리여 솟아라.
야.
전반전 최종 라운드.
침착하게 처치해주지.
시작. 야.
오만 활동.
아직 멀었어. 콩쿠키가 준비됐어.
다들 쳐라.
아니야. 어디 갔어?
솟아올라.
진짜 뭐해?
쓸어버려라. 오만 정.
재장전 중.
쓸어라. 레이저 55. 충전이 필요해.
Hello, you guys. It's morning. Today, I'm going to go get coffee. Coffee is a very popular thing for teachers in Korea. So I'm going to start my day with a glass of coffee. And I think when I come back, I'm going to do some media analysis. That's usually how I start my routine on most days in the morning, especially on the weekend. I like to catch up on the latest news, having a media degree. So I'm going to grab me some coffee and then I'm going to see what the latest news is and digest that. And I'll probably go and buy some tickets too, because I really want to play some tickets today. That'll be fun. Alright, so let's go outside. It's gonna be really cold, so I'm gonna have to dress very warmly. Okay, now I'm all pretty and beautiful. Let's go. Oh, it's so cold today. Oh. I can see my breath. 춥다. 너무 춥다.
일반 고객님, 소금 라떼 드려요. 소금 라떼 하신 거 맞으세요? 이건 샘플링 중인 케이크인데 한번 드셔보세요. 네, 맛있게 드세요.
네, 감사합니다. So I'm home. I got my Starbucks, and I got this free cake they gave me. So apparently this is a Harry Potter or Hogwarts Golden Vanilla Latte, and this is some free cake that they were just giving away at Starbucks, which is really interesting because I've never seen Starbucks give away free cake before. So I think I was pretty lucky today. So now I'm gonna check out the news. Okay, so first I'm gonna check out some Fox News.
Welcome back here on Live Network Fox. We are going to pause for a moment on our coverage of the California wildfires to bring you this breaking news. President-elect Donald Trump has been sentenced to an unconditional discharge in relation to his hush money case. Here's the latest of what we know breaking right now. President-elect Donald Trump.
So apparently they're sentencing Donald Trump in the hush money case. It seems like, I personally think it's just like a witch hunt, a continuation of the witch hunt that they've been on, trying to get some last minute gratification before Trump's inauguration. 34 felonies, 30, kind of ridiculous. Definitely looks like they just really want to have something on Trump. Just really want to have something on Trump. I'm gonna drink my coffee because that's more important than whatever 34 felonies he so-called committed. 지금 쌍꺼풀 슬브 먹을 거예요. Okay, right now I'm in Gonde. I think I should talk about some good and bad points about Korea. Like 점, 나쁜 점, 이렇게. I think one bad point about Korea that was kind of a culture shock for me was spitting culture. Now, in America, we usually look down on people who spit in public, but for some reason, when I got here in Korea, I saw a lot of people spitting. Actually, in America, I usually don't see anyone spitting. So for me, it was really a big culture shock, especially amongst younger people. Even I saw younger people spitting in public, and even in the train station. So this was one really big culture shock for me. Now, of course, I do love Korea. So 진짜 한국에 사랑해요. So I'm not just trying to say badly, but I think compared to America, even in New York can be pretty disgusting. I definitely saw more spitting in Seoul, even amongst younger people, than I did here. So yeah, spitting in Korea definitely, I really hope that would improve. But for the most part, I would say that Korea is a way more cleaner place than New York and many other metropolitan areas that I've seen before. Another culture shock for me was language amongst foreigners. When I first started working here, especially as an English teacher, I was really shocked that a lot of my co-workers and other foreigners who come to Korea who work here for a long time had very low interest in learning Korean. I would say about maybe more than 80% of foreigners I meet, even co-workers, couldn't really speak Korean or had no interest in learning Korean at all. So for me personally, that was a big culture shock. And it does explain a lot about, for me personally, it does kind of seem to explain a lot about the sentiment of people here in here in Seoul and in Korea about being anti-foreigner. I mean, of course, if you're gonna come to Korea, you should probably learn the language, especially if you're gonna live here for a long time. So I honestly think that does kind of explain some of the sentiment, the anti-sentiment towards foreigners. But yeah, so I guess, yeah, that was a really big culture shock for me. The fact that a lot of foreigners don't have an interest in learning Korean despite living here for such a significant amount of time. Well, I guess I should discuss some good things I like about Korea. So, of course, good things I like about Korea is how stylish Korean people are. Koreans can be very stylish, really good fashion,